story of Sherlock Holmes and Jane Watson, as told by Hannah Drew and Karen Slater. Jane Watson, a bright young medical student from Canada, studying abroad at the University of London, England, gives up her studies halfway through her final year to be closer to her dying brother. Upon her arrival in Toronto, Canada, Jane finds herself with no friends, no home, and no money, and ends up moving into apartment 221B with Sherlock Holmes. Okay, so that was my attempt to tell you our story of Sherlock Holmes and Jane Watson using stop-motion animation. But I realized I wasn't doing a very good job of it, so I stopped. And I said, Hannah, why are we trying to tell the story of Sherlock and Watson using stop-motion animation? I mean, it's not really doing your script any justice at all. We sat there for a bit and we thought about it, and all of a sudden, a light bulb, it just went off in my head, and I said, oh my goodness, I have a brilliant idea. And Hannah said, okay, tell it to me, please. And I said, well, you're an actor. And she said, yes, I am an actor. I said, well, I'm an actor. And she said, yes, you're an actor as well. And I said, why don't we turn this script that you've written into a movie? And Hannah said, oh my God, Karen, that's a brilliant idea. There's only one problem with that idea. And I said, well, what's the problem? And she said, well, I've kind of written it in 3 parts, so it kind of has to, you know, be a series. And I said, well, why don't we make a web series? And Hannah said, oh my God, Karen, that's a brilliant idea. Brilliant, yes. Let's make a web series. There's only one problem with that idea. And I said, well, what's the problem? And she said, well, we have no money. This is why we are coming to you, our friends of the interwebs, to say that we would really, really love and appreciate your help to get this project off the ground. We really need your support to create this script that Hannah has so beautifully created. She's a beautiful writer. If any of you have ever read anything she's written before, you can trust that she's done a really good job bringing this world to fruition. And I think there's a couple other reasons why this project is really important. A while ago, Hannah and I were talking about all of the things that bother us about theater in the city and art in general, and we came up with women and the lack of portrayal of women's stories in the media. We started talking about all of the traditional male roles that are being portrayed from fiction onto screen, and obviously the top of that list was Sherlock Holmes. We thought, hey, well, why don't we create a series of vignettes with us doing guerrilla theater around the city, Sherlock and Watson female style. That idea kind of stuck with us for a bit, and then the idea of a web series popped into our head, and it really seems like the most logical way to tell this story because it can reach the most widespread audience. And Sherlock Holmes has never been portrayed as a woman ever, and a woman would be stepping into a man's shoes. And we're not going to be making a big deal of the fact that they're women. They're still going to be telling the stories the same way they would have. But I think inherent in the fact that women are playing them, new light is going to be shed on the stories that we're going to be telling. And my computer is about to die. So thank you so much for your time and your love and your consideration, and I really hope that you're able to contribute. Even like $5 would be so helpful because every little bit counts in making this project happen. We're really, really, really excited about it, and just thank you in advance. I love you all. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.